Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling confused, exhausted, and somehow like everything is your fault? If your gut tells you something is off but you can't pinpoint it, pay attention. That feeling of constant self-doubt isn't an accident. It's a tactic. It's a quiet form of control, like a puppeteer pulling strings you can't even see. In this video, we're exposing the 7 critical signs of emotional manipulation. Why? So you can finally trust your gut and reclaim your peace. These tactics can be used by anyone, a partner, a friend, a family member, or a colleague. Recognizing them is the first and most crucial step toward protecting yourself, because once you see these signs for what they are, they begin to lose their power. Sign 1. Gaslighting. They distort your reality. The first sign is gaslighting, one of the most damaging forms of manipulation because it's designed to make you question your own sanity. Gaslighting is when someone deliberately convinces you that your perception of reality is wrong. They feed you false information with such conviction that you start to doubt your own memory, feelings, and judgment. You'll hear phrases like, "That never happened," "You're just imagining things," or the classic, "You sound crazy right now." At first, you might second-guess yourself. Maybe I'm forgetting things. Maybe I'm overreacting. But when this happens repeatedly, it creates a toxic pattern of self-doubt. The manipulator's goal is to make you so unsure of your own mind that they become the sole narrator of your life. That confusion you feel isn't a side effect, it's the entire point. So what's the defense? The moment you feel that confusion, treat it like a major red flag. Trust your intuition. Your feelings are valid, even when someone is working hard to convince you they aren't. For a practical step, start writing things down. Keep a private journal of what was said or what happened. This isn't about gathering evidence for a fight. It's about anchoring yourself in reality when someone is trying to cut you adrift. Sign 2. Their words and actions don't align. Sign number 2 is when their words and actions exist on 2 different planets. They are experts at telling you what you want to hear, but their actions consistently tell the real story. They'll say, "You're my top priority," but then cancel your plans last minute because a better option appeared. They'll promise, "You can count on me," but when you genuinely need their support, they are suddenly unavailable, armed with a long list of excuses. They'll tell you how much they respect you, then make a joke at your expense in front of others. This behaviour leaves you in a state of constant confusion and disappointment. You want to believe their words, but their actions are a perpetual letdown. This isn't just flakiness, it's a manipulation tactic. It keeps you on an emotional roller coaster, always hoping they'll finally live up to the person they claim to be. The solution is simple but requires discipline. Stop listening to their words and start watching their patterns. Actions don't just speak louder than words, they speak the truth. A person's true character is revealed in consistent behaviour, not occasional promises. When you see a clear pattern of their actions betraying their words, trust the pattern. Sign 3. They use guilt as a weapon. They are masters of the guilt trip. This is a classic tool used to control you by making you feel responsible for their feelings and problems. Manipulators know that most good people will go to great lengths to avoid feeling guilty, and they exploit that. It sounds like this. "After everything I've done for you, you can't do this one small thing for me." Or the passive-aggressive sigh, followed by, "Oh, you're going out? That's fine. I'll just stay here alone, again." These are not authentic expressions of emotion. They are calculated weapons designed to make you feel selfish and obligated. It's exhausting. You feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells trying to manage their emotions. They place emotional shackles on you, making you feel indebted for a debt you never owed. You end up sacrificing your own needs just to keep the peace. The way to disarm this is to recognize guilt for what it is, a form of emotional manipulation. When you hear a guilt-tripping statement, learn to detach calmly. You can be empathetic but firm. Try saying, "I understand you're disappointed, but this is my decision." Or, "I'm sorry you feel that way, but I am not responsible for your happiness." Saying no without feeling guilty isn't selfish, it's self-preservation. Sign 4. They always play the victim. No matter the conflict, they skillfully flip the script to make themselves the victim. This tactic absolves them of all responsibility and paints you as the villain for simply bringing up an issue. Let's say you have a legitimate problem with their behaviour. Instead of discussing it, they'll say something like, "I can't believe you're attacking me like this, especially with everything I'm going through." It's a masterclass in misdirection. Suddenly, you went into the conversation needing an apology and somehow ended up giving one. This is incredibly frustrating because it makes resolving any real problem impossible. You can't have a healthy conflict with someone who refuses to acknowledge their part in it. Over time, you learn to stop bringing things up at all, and your own needs get silenced. The solution is to refuse to attend their pity party. Don't get drawn into a debate over who the bigger victim is. Calmly and firmly steer the conversation back to the original issue. "I hear that you feel hurt, but the issue I need to address is what happened earlier." Stick to the facts and do not accept blame for their emotional reaction. This shows them that tactic won't work on you anymore. Okay, quick pause. If you're sitting there nodding your head because any of this is hitting too close to home, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. This channel is dedicated to helping you build healthy relationships and reclaim your power, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Sign 5. Love bombing. Too much, too soon. Sign number 5 is a tactic that feels amazing at first, but is a massive red flag. Love bombing. This isn't the normal excitement of a new relationship. It's an overwhelming flood of affection, designed to get you hooked before you see who they truly are. It looks like constant compliments, extravagant gifts, and declarations of "I love you" or "you're my soulmate" are unnervingly early. They might insist on being in touch 24/7 and pressure you into a serious commitment almost immediately. It's like they're building a beautiful mansion for your relationship overnight. It looks incredible, but the foundation is designed to trap you when it crumbles. It feels intoxicating, but healthy relationships build trust over time. Love bombing is a shortcut intended to create dependency. Once they feel they have you, that fire hose of affection can be shut off just as quickly, often to punish or control you. If a relationship feels like it's moving at 100 miles per hour, put your foot on the brakes. Real affection is comfortable and mutual, not overwhelming. Be wary of anyone who rushes you. A healthy person will respect your need for space and time. A manipulator will become frustrated, and that reaction will tell you everything you need to know. Sign 6. They use your insecurities against you. Sign number 6 is particularly cruel. They learn your deepest fears and insecurities and then weaponize them. Manipulators are keen observers. They listen when you share your vulnerabilities, not to offer support, but to collect ammunition. If you're insecure about your career, they might make a backhanded joke about how you're still finding your path. If you're sensitive about a past mistake, they'll bring it up during an unrelated argument just to throw you off balance. These are not accidental slips. They are targeted strikes designed to undermine your confidence. This tactic feels like the deepest betrayal because it is. You handed them the keys to your innermost thoughts, and they used them to break in and vandalize the place. It makes you feel small and unsafe, and you may start to hide parts of yourself, terrified that anything you share will be used against you. You have to call it out in the moment. Do not absorb the pain. Look them in the eye and say, "That was a shitty thing to say, and you know that's a sensitive area for me. Why would you bring that up?" Exposing their intent shows them your insecurities are not buttons they get to push for control. Sign 7. The silent treatment. Punishment by silence. This is when a person punishes you by deliberately ignoring you. This isn't a healthy time out to cool down. It is an intentional choice to withhold communication to make you feel anxious, invisible, and desperate. They won't answer your calls or texts. They will walk out of a room when you enter. They will look right through you as if you don't exist. This is a form of emotional solitary confinement, designed to make you feel so isolated that you'll do anything to be let out. Studies show that being ignored can activate the same pain centers in the brain as a physical injury. This creates a vacuum of anxiety where you frantically replay everything, trying to figure out what you did wrong. It puts them in complete control. They decide when you are allowed back into their good books, and you might find yourself begging for a connection they are denying you. Here's how you handle it. Refuse to play. Do not beg or send a dozen apology texts. That is the reaction they want. Instead, disengage, go no contact. Get busy, carry on with your life. Talk to a friend, get out and about. Do something that makes you feel centered. State your boundary once, calmly. I see you're not ready to talk. When you're ready to communicate respectfully, I'm here. And then let it go. By not reacting with desperation, you reclaim your power. So, let's recap the 7 signs. Gaslighting to distort your reality. Their words and actions never aligning. Using guilt as a weapon. Always playing the victim. Love bombing you with overwhelming affection. Using your insecurities against you and punishing you with the silent treatment. If any of this felt intensely familiar, hear this loud and clear. You are not crazy. You are not too sensitive. And this is not your fault. Your confusion, anxiety, and exhaustion are natural responses to being manipulated. These tactics are designed to make you feel powerless, but knowledge is power. It's like you've been playing a rigged game without knowing the rules. Now that you can see the strategy, you can choose not to play. You deserve relationships built on mutual respect and honesty, not control and deception. Trust your instincts. If someone consistently makes you feel drained, confused, and bad about yourself, that is your gut screaming at you. Don't ignore it. Act on it. You're worth the effort. I hope this helped. Thank you for watching. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these signs have you experienced? Sharing your story isn't just healing for you. It will help someone else reading it to know that they are not alone. Stay safe, stay strong, and always remember to value your own peace of mind. Ready to take the next step? My links below are here to support you.